What's good, man?
What's good, bro? How you today?
Chilling, man.
What's going down, man?
There's a lot going down, man. Pause.
This isn't the Cam that I thought that I was co-signing. I would never expect you to be this person.
How you doing, man?
What's up? What's going down? What am I missing? What's happening?
What I'm seeing you're doing on your platform is just tearing down other black men.
I'm here to make sure you good, you know?
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, man.
Dame Dash thought he could hop on camera and sneak in some slick shots at Mase during his new interview, but Harlem wasn't letting that slide. Cam and Mase spun it back quick, clowning him heavy, cracking wild jokes on his moves, and brushing that shade off like lint. The way they laughed him right out the room had social media buzzing, saying Dame looked more desperate than dominant. Harlem energy always hits different, and Cam and Mase proved once again they can flip beef into comedy gold and keep everybody locked in. Dame tried coming at Cam this week over linking up with 50 Cent for the Paid in Full series, but Cam and Mase flipped it smooth and didn't miss a beat. They roasted him out loud, saying Dame always talks a big game but stays petty behind the scenes. Every post, every clip, they fired back with cold laughs and sharp shade.
I'm good. It sounds like you want to say something. Get this sound. What you got? Some lyrics? What you got? What do you got? Because I have a folder for defensive purposes all the time. It's a folder. I have my folder available.
Yeah, I hope you're ready, man.
I don't know what you're up to, but
I'm seeing you sit with your ops and talk about your brothers. OG.
I'm on your team, you know?
Good. You got the pink on today.
Yeah.
The internet lit up quick, calling Dame more salty than successful. Harlem energy was on full display, showing he can't sit at this table. Cam even called him out straight up, saying he's emotional and letting the dollars and rights to Paid in Full twist him up. Mase co-signed, tossing extra jabs at Dame's thirst for clout. Fans were locked in, watching Dame scramble to control the narrative, while Cam and Mase just let the aura speak for itself. This wasn't just a diss. It was a full-on vibe check, and Dame flunked hard. He's been running his mouth about legacy and respect, but Cam and Mase came different. They straight up questioned if Dame really built that empire he brags about, or if all he's holding on to is hype. They poked holes in his stories, saying he shifts the script once the camera's cut. Social media ate it up, clowning that Dame looked more insecure than iconic. The duo flipped his own words into comedy skits. And when Dame tried clapping back with ownership talk and those fake legal threat vibes, Cam and Mase just laughed it off, treating it like a playground fight, pointing out how Dame always digs up old headlines. They reminded everyone, you can't bully from the back foot, and people agreed quick.
Both of you, actually. Yeah, so it looks like, man, I don't know what you up to, but I know you too long to know something's about to happen, but I'm ready.
You talk about them when they're not in the room, and that's just not Harlem shit. You supposed to step to somebody and challenge them in their face. Pause.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, can I ask you some things, you know?
Good.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Cam and Mase weren't here for Dame's theatrics. They wanted truth, not some staged drama. Dame tried dropping clips to make it seem like betrayal was in the air, acting like folks forgot his contributions. But Cam and Mase shot back, saying, if you really cared, you'd show consistency. That made Dame look like he switches sides based on followers, not principles. Fans even said, that's why you're not getting the love. Things got personal fast, but Cam and Mase held the mic tight and didn't back down. When Dame started comparing today's moves to his old glory days, they dragged him straight through, reminding him that staying relevant ain't about trophies from the past. It's all about what you're doing right now. And Dame's nostalgia was looking weak.
How you doing, though? How you doing?
I told you I'm fine. I'm still doing fine from 90 seconds ago. I'm still doing great. You know,
I just want to make sure you're good.
Why would I be dead though? My bad. I was actually looking for the
Go ahead, Stack. Go ahead, Stack.
Now I was looking for the topic, so now I can focus.
Yeah.
Be good, man. What's going on?
Cam and Mase kept showing up with fresh relevance, content, and engagement, flipping Dame's throwbacks into comedy skits, and the receipts weren't pretty. When Dame tried to spin the story about being disrespected, Cam and Mase clapped back, asking straight up, "What respect have you actually earned?" They even called out his silence while others were out here making bigger moves, saying real respect comes from showing up, not crying foul. The internet praised Cam and Mase heavy for being authentic and refusing to play victim. Dame tried to wrestle the narrative with quotes and leaks, but Cam and Mase fired back with evidence, screenshots, clips, the kind of receipts you can't dodge. They exposed every contradiction in Dame's interviews, making him look less like a mogul and more like somebody clawing for headlines just to stay relevant. The way Cam and Mase peeled back each layer had fans eating it up nonstop. At the end of it all, Cam and Mase proved something bigger than clout. Respect is earned, not self-declared. Dame might have thought his call-outs and interviews would get under their skin, but they flipped his spotlight into a mirror that showed all his flaws. Harlem stayed undefeated once again.
Just to make sure you well, yo. That's all. Yeah,
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Is it people out there that's not well?
I have things that I want to say, and I think I want to talk clearly, so I'm not going to sit here and rip my teeth all day for all that, and I don't care. Get your dope. But know that right now I'm in my dentist office.
Is it people out there losing their mind?
Yeah. Just making sure we good, you know.
For some reason, people just...
Cam and Mase showed that comedy mixed with truth hits harder than legacy mixed with ego. Dame thought his words would shake the room, but they turned it into a circus act, saying his obsession with paid in full looks more like a midlife meltdown than a boss move. They clowned Dame for always living in the past, talking like he's still calling shots when the streets moved on years ago. Mase told fans straight up, "Legends don't beg for relevance." And Cam doubled down, roasting Dame for recycling the same Rockefeller stories like a broken record. The internet lit up with memes painting Dame stuck in 2002 while Harlem's finest laughed loud in 2025. But Cam and Mase didn't stop there. They ripped into the contradictions in Dame's so-called principles. They pointed out how he screams loyalty nonstop, yet he's the first to throw his old partners under the bus when it benefits him. They mocked the way he acts like he invented hustle culture, while spending more energy crying about betrayal than building something new. Social media piled on, calling Dame the bitter ex who can't move on, and Cam and Mase happily fueled it with jokes that he needs a podcast just to vent. Fans couldn't stop cracking up saying Harlem energy is straight truth wrapped in comedy. The deeper the back and forth went, the more Dame looked pressed and out of touch.
I know who you was talking about, man.
That's what I wanted to say, kid. You gotta chill out, kid. You gotta chill out, kid.
Yo, you wild, man.
For my birthday, you gotta chill out.
You're wild, man. Ain't even your birthday month no more. I don't know what to say. You turning into a Chinese.
Cam and Mase reminded everybody that while Dame was chasing headlines, they were out here dropping content, touring, and stacking real checks. Cam hit a nerve with one brutal line. "The difference between us and Dame? We laugh our way to the bank. He cries his way to interviews. That bar set the internet on fire." Old clips of Dame's fiery rants started resurfacing, with people clowning how those big speeches didn't match his quiet bank account. Harlem's duo turned the spotlight into a roast session, making Dame look like a man desperate to hold on to a crown that already slipped from his hands long ago. Even fans who once rode for Dame started switching sides fast. They saw Cam and Mase handle the drama with pure confidence, never breaking a sweat, while Dame came off like he was auditioning for a soap opera. The duo cracked jokes that every time Dame opens his mouth, it's déjà vu. The same tired, "they did me wrong" speech. They even clowned that if Dame wrote a book, every single chapter would have the same title. "They owe me." The internet ran wild with it, turning the whole thing into a comedy session bigger than anything Dame could control.
Oh, man. My bad.
That's why I was asking you, are you okay?
Yeah, I was looking for the topics. I wasn't sure.
Harlem had the timeline crying tears of laughter, while Dame's credibility took another brutal hit. By this point, it wasn't just beef anymore, it was straight humiliation. Cam and Mase turned Dame Dash into the punchline of a Harlem sitcom, and the world couldn't stop tuning in. Every live stream, every interview, they slid in fresh jokes about Dame until it became routine. They weren't just clowning, they were rewriting his whole narrative in real time. Dame thought he could paint Cam as shady, but Harlem's duo painted him as bitter, outdated, and stuck in the past. Fans even started asking if Dame should just retire from interviews altogether, because every time he talks, Cam and Mase flip it into free comedy content. Harlem energy hits different, it's undefeated, and Dame just learned that lesson the hard way. He tried leaning on his mogul status, bragging about building empires and putting people on.
Putting the fuck off on the topic now.
Yeah.
I kind of was just making sure. Now I understand what's going on. I'm usually not that slow, of course. But yeah, man. I guess I'm all right.
Okay, that's all that matters.
All right.
Okay. Well,
Are you good, Chris? How you doing, pussy?
I'm a chatty patty.
No, I was like, how you doing, pussy? I heard somebody say.
But nobody was buying it. But Cam and Mase weren't impressed one bit. They said history doesn't save you when your present is looking shaky. They reminded everyone that in the streets, respect is measured by what you're doing now, not what you did decades ago. Cam laughed, saying, "You can't cash old respect at the bank." While Mase compared Dame's rants to tired reruns nobody bothers watching anymore. Fans piled on heavy dropping clown emojis across every post Dame tried to make. It was Harlem's way of reminding him that yesterday's glory can't protect you from today's reality. By now, Dame was in full defense mode, spinning himself as a victim of betrayal, but Cam and Mase flipped that sympathy card upside down, saying real bosses don't beg for pity. Cam and Mase kept adapting, pushing forward while painting Dame as a man stuck yelling, "I'm owed respect," instead of ever earning it. Clips went viral of Cam mocking Dame's exact tone, copying his voice word for word while Mase burst out laughing mid-skit. That imitation alone had the internet crying tears. Harlem proved once again the power of comedy. It dismantles pride faster than any diss track ever could. When Dame tried dragging 50 Cent into the drama, claiming the paid-in-full project was shady, Cam and Mase flipped it into fuel.
You have a show on Revolt, but I'm confused because I spoke to you because you guys called me to buy The Reasonable Doubt or the Rockefeller 8 and offered me like just enough where I wouldn't make any money, but y'all just wanted to with Jay-Z. I said, I'll do it because you guys could go, I don't really want to have any parts of it, but you need a plan so we can make some money. I want to edit it. I had $7 million on the table that I never closed, but I was like, just pass the plugs. Pause. Like if you guys...
They joked about how Dame always name drops heavyweights just to stay relevant. Cam cut deep, saying, "You love attaching yourself to giants, hoping people still see you as one." And Mase drove it home, reminding, "Harlem don't ride coattails. We build our own lane." Fans ate it up, calling it the most disrespectful, but hilarious, check possible. Instead of shaking Cam and Mase, Dame's attempts only gave them more material to roast. And then things got uglier when old stories about Dame started resurfacing. Business deals gone left, fallouts, lawsuits. Cam and Mase didn't even have to dig. The internet handed them all the receipts. But the duo knew how to capitalize, cracking jokes about how Dame's loyalty speeches never match his track record. They mocked the fact that every story Dame tells ends with him playing the betrayed genius. Mase hit the hardest, laughing and saying, "If Dame was the victim in every story, then maybe he was the problem all along." That bar went viral instantly. Harlem had the internet screaming, while Dame's image took another brutal blow. And that's the craziest part. Dame thought he was exposing Cam, but Harlem flipped it into a masterclass in comedy and control. Instead of being cornered, Cam and Mase turned his rants into their own stage show, making him the ultimate punchline. While the world watched, Harlem proved that laughter cuts deeper than anger. And sometimes the deadliest hit to your legacy is getting turned into a running joke. So, What do you think? Did Dame Dash just lose the last of his respect in this whole beef? Or does he still got one last move up his sleeve? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, hit that like button, share this with your people, and subscribe to stay locked in with every scandal, every roast, and every Harlem moment shaking the game right now.